Have you ever caught yourself replaying old conversations in your head even months after a breakup? Maybe you're wondering what they're doing now, or if they ever think about you too. You tell yourself you're over it, but somehow your brain didn't get the memo. Why is it so hard to move on even when you know it's over? In this video, we'll break down the psychology behind why you can't stop thinking about your ex and how your brain, not your heart, might be keeping you stuck. Stay with me. This might just help you finally understand what's going on inside your mind. Breakups hurt, not just emotionally, but neurologically. Because your brain doesn't process heartbreak as a romantic loss. It processes it like withdrawal. You'll learn 3 powerful insights today. First one, why your brain treats love like a reward system and why that makes moving on hard. Second one, how emotional memory keeps pulling you back. Third one, and what you can do to help your mind let go little by little. Before we begin, tell me in the comments, what's one thing that still reminds you of your ex? A song, a scent, a place? I'd love to know. Picture this. You're scrolling through your phone late at night, trying not to look at old photos. But somehow, you end up there and the rush of emotion hits you instantly. Sound familiar? That's not weakness, that's neurochemistry. According to research using brain scans, romantic love activates the same reward centers as addictive substances like dopamine, oxytocin, and serotonin. These chemicals make you feel pleasure, attachment, and anticipation. So when a relationship ends, your brain doesn't just miss them. It goes through a withdrawal phase, just like any reward system suddenly cut off from its source. That's why you might crave closure, text them impulsively, or rewatch old moments. It's your brain's way of chasing the dopamine high it once got from them. Now here's where it gets interesting. Psychologists have found that the same brain regions that light up in heartbreak are also active in physical pain. That's why heartbreak literally hurts. Pause for a moment. Think about that physical ache you feel when you remember them, the heaviness in your chest, the pit in your stomach. That's your body processing emotional withdrawal. But here's the good news. Just like any other craving, these emotional impulses fade with time and distance. When you stop feeding the loop like checking their social media or replaying memories, the brain begins to form new dopamine pathways that aren't tied to them. So if you've been beating yourself up for not moving on fast enough, remind yourself this is your brain healing, not failing. So we've talked about the chemical side, but there's another layer that keeps you stuck. And it's not about dopamine. It's about memory. Point 2. Emotional memories keep the connection alive. Here's something most people don't realize. When you remember your ex, you're not just recalling facts, you're reliving feelings. Every memory you form with them is stored alongside an emotional tag. Your brain doesn't just save "we went to the beach." It saves how that felt. The laughter, the closeness, the comfort. And here's the tricky part. Those emotional memories stay vivid because your brain prioritizes emotional significance over time. That's why you might remember a random moment with them in perfect detail, but forget what you had for lunch yesterday. Studies in psychology show that nostalgia can act like emotional glue. It tricks your mind into focusing on the highlights while downplaying the conflicts. That's why your brain replays the good times like a highlight reel even if the relationship wasn't healthy. You might notice this when a song comes on and suddenly your brain floods you with warmth, longing, or regret. It's not the song, it's the emotional network connected to that memory. Now, here's what this means for you. You can't erase emotional memories, but you can retrain your response to them. Instead of trying to suppress thoughts of your ex, gently acknowledge them. Say to yourself, that was a chapter of my life. It's okay to remember, but it doesn't define me anymore. Pause for a second. Notice how even imagining that statement feels different, softer, lighter. That's your brain starting to decouple emotion from memory. Over time, when you stop giving those memories power through rumination or social media reminders, they start losing their emotional charge. The goal isn't to forget your ex. It's to remember them without reliving them. So, let's recap. We learned that your brain treats love like an addiction, which is why withdrawal feels so painful. And we explored how emotional memories can keep you attached, even when you want to move on. Which of these resonated with you more? The addiction part or the memory part? Tell me in the comments below. I'd really love to hear your thoughts. And if this helped you understand yourself a little better, consider subscribing for more videos like this one where we make psychology practical for real life. Remember, awareness is the first step to healing, and you've already taken that step today. Thanks for watching and giving yourself this space to reflect.